Yeah, no, it's
It's about goddamn time the chiefs of police, all they've been doing, apparently the surgeons, they get their mandates from bureaucratic health officials. Can you imagine? And they just got to stand up. You know, enough with the mass soil. And I want to thank you, everybody, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, for showing stellar, stupendous public dedication in the fight for truth, health, and freedom. Am I right? Can one of you guys grab a picture, please? I want to show the great Dr. Shiva, if I may. I need some help here, please. Just take it out, please, when you find it, hold it. There's a man named Dr. Shiva in Massachusetts. Now, why am I mentioning the United States? Because this man, Dr. Shiva, first of all, he's got a PhD from MIT, right? 4 degrees, invented the email system at 14 years old. I want all of you to raise your hand to hop on to VAShiva/join, because he's starting a bottoms-up global movement for truth, freedom, and health. So you want to put up your hands when you go to check him out? I don't see many hands. That's right. He's in federal court right now. There he is. Thank you. He's in federal court right now, and he's showing that Twitter is working, the government is working with big tech, Twitter, and they knocked his political speech down with 21 days left as a federal candidate. Canada, we're going to have this, the government probably has the same infrastructure in place for censorship, right? Yeah. We got Bill C-10 coming, but we're going to fight that, my friends, and do not feel demoralized, sincerely, because we are winning in a lot of ways. All right? And there's a lot of psyops being conducted too, right? Psychological operations. We got pastors being arrested, right? But we got to ask the questions, my friends. Some of these pastors, we know from history that the deep state will use preachers at times and ministers from churches that have a big following, and they'll use them as sleeper cells. And I'll give you an idea. I'm not going to mention names today, but some of these pastors, they never mention the Canadian Bill of Rights. None of them. Okay? There's a lot of great pastors and ministers out there. But we got to ask the hard questions, my friends. And when they're arrested, do not buy into it, because a lot of times it is a psyop where just a few cops are being called to arrest them. Okay? And it's to make you think that we don't have any rights and freedoms in Canada, right? To demoralize you. It's a psyop. And it's not true, my friends. Yes, a lot of our rights and freedoms have been taken away in Canada through this pandemic. But we are going to get our freedoms and rights back, our fundamental human rights. And one of the ways is through the Canadian Bill of Rights. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. How many of you are aware of the Canadian Bill of Rights and being educated on it? Awesome. No, Canadian Bill of Rights, my friends, there are no loopholes with your fundamental human rights and civil liberties. Same with mobility rights. And I wish Chris Sky was here. He's doing some good activist work, but again, we got to ask the hard questions if we want to really know the truth. He was on a video, right? And he was traveling, right, from Manitoba, these bylaw borders. And he's supposed to be Mr. Non-compliant, but he freely gave up his ID. He said where he lives, and I'm just saying, my friends, and he used the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. You just use your Canadian Bill of Rights. And I will meet Chris Sky, God willing, one day. We're going to set some things straight, and we're going to get this country back on track, and it's all because of you, my friends. And I thank you. Yes.
What if Chris Sky is part of the political echelon of...
Well, there's a lot of controlled opposition out there. But again, we are winning, everyone. And just to understand what a PSYOP is, can I tell you for a moment what it is?
Yeah.
A PSYOP is any activity that is practiced mainly by psychological methods with the aim of elucidating or evoking a planned psychological reaction in another person. Okay? It's another way of saying it's taking selected information and indicators to an audience to affect your emotions, your value systems, your belief systems, and objective reasoning. Okay? The military often do psyops. I've talked about this in speeches before, right? But the police do it as well at times, hopefully for good purposes. So we got to understand that, I think, and have a fundamental understanding of what a psyops is, because there's a lot of it going on, all right? And in Manitoba, who was the politician that got arrested? My mind's racing right now. Bernier. He talks the good talk, doesn't he? But when he was arrested, did he complain? Did he stand up for his rights? Did he use the Canadian Bill of Rights? I'm waiting for an answer. No. So we got to ask, my friends. You know, again, was that staged? A lot of people think it was. And exactly.
What do we do?
Well, I'll tell you what we do.
What did we do when everybody screamed freedom and he stood up there and everybody cheered for him?
Yeah. Well, we got to provide truth and transparency. If we don't educate, we're going to be enslaved, right? That's what the great Dr. Shiva shows you, everyone. We have to educate, and that's why I thank each and every one of you for educating others, working on laying the foundation to free, you know, the coffee wine zombies. They're not bad people, most of them, but you're trying to free them from fear and control, right? And from the servitude and bondage of slavery. It always comes back to the human race, my friends. We have to ask ourselves, are we going to accept slavery, or do we want freedom and fight for it? Freedom. Exactly. We're about hard, powerful, peaceful, determined action. The governments know it. That's why you got controlled opposition, because we're doing the right thing. And I want you guys to try to keep inspiring others, because we all have the ability to inspire others. And I thank you for doing just that. Sincerely. And I thank you, all of you, for liberating yourselves. It's okay to smile. Come on, smile. Thank you for liberating yourselves from the indoctrination, right? The absolute propaganda fear porn, unfortunately, from our government. And it's going on global. We know this. And this is why we're winning. This is why we're going to win the battle. It's people like you that are protesting all across Canada. This speech is dedicated to every single Canadian across Canada. It's dedicated to people in the United States in certain ways as well, and globally. I hope you share this video. YouTube deleted me months ago, as they do a lot of people. If you think I have value to share with humanity, I'm on BitChute, I'm on Rumble. I'd love for you to follow me.